And welcome back. Today we are talking about a great event to help out families who've been impacted by Alzheimer's disease. Tomorrow, the Alzheimer's Association here in Colorado is holding its Purple Gala, and you can bid on very special pieces of art. Here to tell us more about that are Jim Herlihy with the association and artist Michelle Norcross. Let's talk about the art first. Michelle, what's the story behind these pieces of art here?
Well, every year we professional artists get invited to go to the Alzheimer's Association and look at all of the artwork that all the Alzheimer's artists have done. And then we get to pick a piece or a few pieces and do a pairing piece with it, and they get auctioned together. So this year, one of the pieces that I chose was the one that's right in front of you, and then the pairing piece is the one right there.
Great. And so the artist that you worked on with this, he is living with Alzheimer's, I'd imagine, right?
He is, yes. And one of the things that's just they found is a really great benefit for the families and for the Alzheimer's artists themselves is to do watercolor. So they have watercolor workshops. And when I first started in the program, it was all about memories in the making.
Yeah.
And so they, just take them back to a memory and have them paint something. And so there's a story behind Mr. Clausen's painting as well.
So let's talk about that. I would imagine this would be very therapeutic for someone who is living with Alzheimer's, who is losing their memory. Does that painting, that activity of painting, kind of like maybe resurface some things for them in the past?
It certainly seems to. It's also just a really great activity that people get involved in, and they don't have to read anything. It's not frustrating. They get to pick a memory, or they can just paint anything that they want.
Oh, that's wonderful. Tell me about the story behind this artist.
So the story behind it, they all do their painting, and then on the back, they write their story, or the people who are at the workshop write on it. And he had a memory of going to Johnson's Corner when he was younger, up north, and eating cherry pie.
Wow.
And so it was really sweet.
So this was a reflection of that.
Yes.
That is so wonderful. And you worked on him with this. This has got to be very meaningful for you.
Yeah, now I didn't work on him or on that with him as he was doing it.
Yeah.
So I selected it, but I did have an opportunity to meet him.
Oh, okay.
When they have an artist tea, and so we did the pairing pieces, and all the artists show up, and I got to meet him.
Yeah, that's wonderful. So you used to be a judge.
I was.
Like in an actual courthouse. And you're going from something that was very, the law is very, proper, stoic, but you're going to art. How did you find yourself on this pathway?
Well, I came to it late in life.
Yeah.
I started doing it when I was still working. I have a friend who is an artist, and she one day said, pick up some paint and play.
Good for you.
And it was really, really fun. It was very therapeutic, and it was just a real creative outlet. I loved it.
Yeah.
So that's how and then I've just stayed with it.
Yeah, vastly different from the courtroom to the canvas. Jim, let's talk about the gala that's this week, and people can actually bid on these pieces of art and art like it, correct?
Exactly, and there's a link which I think you'll have on your website that people can go to, because the gala is sold out, which is great because we've got about 700 or 800 people coming to raise funds for the cure for Alzheimer's and for treatments for Alzheimer's, but it's also to pay tribute to people like John, John was a veteran in the Air Force and the Navy, and to show that he was an accomplished professional, and he's giving us this art, and then Michelle is contributing to it. So it's to celebrate the art as well, but it's to raise money because we've got 91,000 Coloradans living with this disease.
91,000. I was going to say on your website it was, above 75,000. I read this morning, but we're at 91,000 now.
We are.
Yeah.
We don't have a cure.
Yeah.
And that's part of the reason we're trying to raise funds to find a cure.
Great. Well, thank you so much for both being here. Congratulations on your new path with helping out with art. Thank you so much, and I hope it's a good event.